Hello everyone, and thank you for tuning in to the weekly report. Europeans are waking up to government COVID tyranny. Why are we still asleep? Tens of thousands of Germans marched through Berlin on Saturday, proclaiming a day of freedom and demanding an end to government-mandated face masks and social distancing. The UK and Netherlands also saw a huge protest against their government's tyrannical actions in response to the coronavirus outbreak. According to media accounts, the Berlin protesters held signs reading, "We are being forced to wear a muzzle, natural defense instead of vaccination, and we are making noise because you are stealing our freedom." Good for them. The New York Times tweeted that the masses of Berlin demonstrators were all Nazis and conspiracy theorists. Does the paper of record really want us to believe there were perhaps 1 million Nazis active in the streets of Berlin? Wouldn't that be alarming? The fact is, Europeans are realizing that their government-mandated lockdowns did little or nothing to protect them from the virus, while causing economic catastrophe and untold human suffering. They likely looked around and noticed that Sweden, which never locked down its economy, rejected face masks, and kept its restaurants and other places of business open, did not fare any worse than the countries that have been turned into open-air prisons for much of the year. In fact, Sweden had a lower death rate from the virus than strict lockdown states like the UK and France. No wonder people are starting to get angry. Unfortunately, while the Europeans are waking up, Americans are still asleep as our freedoms continue to be trampled. While Europeans demand an end to government tyranny, here we see states with minuscule new deaths returning to lockdown. It is as if all the wannabe tyrants, from mayors to governors, are finally realizing their secret dreams of ruling by decree. Their dreams are our nightmares. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy puts citizens on notice that he will lock the state down if people dare to go outside without a face mask or even to have guests inside their own houses. What kind of politician puts his own constituents on notice? It is not as if the experts are even looking into treatments for the viral infection. Doctors who report their own successful experience treating COVID patients with hydrochloroquine, for example, are ridiculed, censored, and even fired from their jobs. The rush to silence America's frontline doctors last week and to disappear their video down the memory hole should terrify anybody who still believes in free speech. No, they say we must keep lockdown and mask until we have a vaccine. The U.S. government is dumping billions of dollars into a vaccine that may be less than 60% effective to prevent a virus that has something like a 99.8% survival rate. What kind of math is that? How many may be harmed more by the vaccine than helped? We probably will never know because the U.S. government has just granted Big Pharma immunity from liability claims if the vaccine produces damaging side effects. They keep moving the goalposts to keep us terrified and isolated. First it was body counts and then cases. The numbers have been so wildly off that it's hard to trust any reporting. People are getting angry. They are confused. They are facing an economic depression of historic proportions. But worst of all, they are watching as Leviathan government snatches every last bit of freedom. 3 cheers for the Europeans. Let's hope America wakes up soon. Thanks for listening.